Start recording. Start the stream. And we are live. Okay. And you pinged?
Yeah, go for it.
I have no idea what this new intro is, but it says new intro. I don't even know when it was dated, but here we go. Let's see. How loud is this going to be? This might be loud.
New Eden. A galaxy made up of salt, broken relationships, and a $10 scam. A galaxy where you can get a happy ending, but only if you pay a little extra. A galaxy home to a podcast greater than the Catskill Academy, Trekcast, and Echoes from the Front combined. Live on Discord, it's the Echoes of New Eden podcast. We bring you the finest in little-known facts from around the galaxy since 2020. If it's almost news, we'll cover it.
Was it super loud? I don't think it was super loud. It wasn't super loud in my ears. Was it super loud for you, Rambo?
I could only hear just the talking of it.
You could only what?
I could only hear the talking of it, like the speech.
Oh, yeah. I heard the whole thing. Should have been able to hear all of it. Anybody else hear all of it? Someone let me know.
Rip.
Yeah.
Who cares?
It'll sound good on the recording when we put it up for the audio show. So, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. Another week has gone by in the New Eden universe. This is Echoes of New Eden. I'm Taylor Rick. With me, as always, is Rambo. It's the other way around this time.
Yes.
So
I am coming to you from my car.
with no... You didn't hear music? Oh, Jesus. I don't know. You guys tell me if you can hear this then. No. Well, son of a bitch.
Rip. Way to go. This is why we do sound checks.
This is why we do sound checks, yeah. So that means none of the audio is going back into Discord, but it's all over on YouTube. It has to be on YouTube because I'm streaming it through OBS to it. So, and I can see it's there on the meter. It's just not sending that audio into Discord. So, man, that sucks. Yeah, I don't know what to do on that end of it. It'll be quiet for you listening on Discord, I guess. You know, it is what it is. We're already ready to go. So, we got a lot to go over. Obviously, there's a gigantic update in the last week. We didn't have a show last week, did we? So it's been 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
So
These dang holidays.
Yeah, Mother's Day, and then, of course, next weekend we got Memorial Day weekend. I will be on, though, for that. So it's we'll make sure whatever I'm doing wrong tonight gets done and corrected for next week.
Oh, I already know that's a lie.
Probably is a lie. Probably is a total lie. I'm not, yeah. Well, I'm going to be out of town the entire week, so I'm not going to have time to do anything with Discord and OBS until I get back into town Thursday night. So, yeah, whatever time I have to put into it's going to be limited. Anyway, let's not enough about me. Let's talk about you and everybody else in Echoes of New Eden and, of course, in New Eden itself. Because a lot has happened. A lot has happened. We're going to go through all of it with you, including my personal favorite, everybody, which I think we've already pinned somewhere, but I'm going to put it here anyway because it's just funny as shit. This is the first and only time I'm going to talk about it, and I'm going to spend very little bit of time, but there is Captain Binzi in a chameleon, I mean. There you go.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, that was shared to me by a fan of the show today. And I was like, hey, can I share this? He's like, sure, it's not mine. Like, all right. So there you go. Yeah.
That fan must know how much we all love Binzi.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know what? I'd asked Benzi what had happened with that chameleon. And I think he blamed it on the Zimbabwe mobile service. So...
Yeah, I saw that.
UI failed to load.
UI failed to load. That's right. And I think my favorite comment about that was, yeah, his UI was 2.5 feet from the phone.
Well, he's got the holler chameleon. What the hell is it called? Chameleon. He's got the holler chameleon.
Holler chameleon, right? I mean, that's the thing. Look at what's in it. It's not so much that he died. Okay, you're in a covert ops ship. You can get caught. It's not like it's impossible to die. But look at what he's hauling. He's hauling the kind of shit you put in an interceptor. This is something that is just rampant throughout this game. There's so many kill mills of people dying in shit that should be a hauler. That's really the only reason why I wanted to highlight it, not to give Benzie shit. Now I'm really lying because I want to give Benzie shit. It's almost news. That's correct.
Yeah. So,
just go and look at this one. There's another one right here. Look at this one right here.
The first thing they ask is, why not use an interceptor?
Yeah. How about this Slasher 2 earlier this week, which is not an interceptor, by the way, and look at what it's hauling. 4 special ship battleship opt boxes. Those are Navy issue battleships that will never live.
There's probably 30 billion ISK worth of ships right there.
Oh, more
in opt boxes.
Probably 36, probably about 36 or so. Yeah, I mean, holy crap. So that was not a Slasher 2 interceptor in your inventory consciousness 5906 or whatever your name is. That was a Slasher 2. You shouldn't even have that.
That's a T4 ship.
Why do you even own a Slasher 2? I'm sure there's reasons why.
I own Slasher 2s.
Yeah. So it's possible. But still, pretty bad. Okay, there's the almost news. And, of course, we're going to go over the patch notes, the Q&A like we always do, and all of the new ships. We'll give kind of a rundown real quick of all of them. But there's also a big thing, too, that happened in this last week or so, and that is the corporation tech tree. So we'll go over that as well. A lot of people might not realize how big of a deal that is. I feel like that's a huge deal, and I think it's a huge deal for industry. That's specifically what I want to talk about for the Corp Tech Tree when it comes to industry. Believe it or not, huge update, massive update. And we didn't even get ship naming, and we didn't even get ship or containers and container naming yet. So there's more to come.
Size increase.
Or the corporation size increase. And there's news on that, too, when it comes to the Corp Tech Tree that we'll go over. Anything specifically you want to get to, Rambo, before we get into, I guess we'll start with Q&A.
I suppose you didn't bring up why I have no power to my house, huh?
I was going to let you do that. You're low energy. I'm big energy, but whatever.
Okay. All right. But anyway, my whole office, everything set up is inactive right now because my entire house got demoed, literally.
Oh, shit.
I'm getting a brand new house built onto the previous foundation. So construction was happening all last week, and then through this weekend, and then all next week, they're going to be continuing on it. So that's kind of the big update there. I have internet, thankfully.
Yeah.
But the otherwise everything else has like no power. Yeah. Including my office, where I have everything, my whole setup, everything. So I was telling Taylor, I said no fancy intros or no fancy sound effects or commercials this week because just didn't have the capabilities to.
And the last time I did this, and did all of this through OBS and everything else, I didn't have any problems with my setup with sound or anything. In fact, I did a show this morning and had 0 problems as well. So I don't know where the audio input for my end as far as the soundboard goes went bye-bye. Same thing with
another thing that we did with the show was we added Kuari as a co-host. So I know she's running a bit late. I think she's saying that she's going to join. But you probably know her from the commercials, the songs that we did. That last song that I did, that was Kuari singing. And afterwards, or like, and she does do her own content through like PvP videos and stuff. And so it's like, hey, why not? I've asked her like quite a while back, and she declined then. I asked her again a couple weeks ago, and she said, yeah. So
you know why, right?
Because you're here?
Because I'm here.
It definitely can't be because of me.
No. Well, Kawari and I are co-CEOs of our corporation, Big. I was formerly CEO of C-137. She was CEO of Hogs inside of Care Bears with Guns. We've merged those two corps. She's CEO. I'm co-CEO of Big. Big PP Energy, which is why I said Big Energy to you.
Yeah.
Kind of play on words.
I just call them broke dicks.
Yeah. PP stands for pew pew, by the way. Don't get don't get naughty or anything with that. So,
AKA broke dicks.
Yep. So Heron's in the audience. He's close. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give a plug for Heron, by the way. Heron Explorer, go find him over on YouTube. He put up the link to his Discord, or his YouTube channel, here a little bit ago. I'm scrolling through it now. Back up to where he put it. Yep, there it is right there. Make sure you guys go and get it. I think you're 13 away from hitting the 30 subscribers away from getting to the level that he needs to be for content creator to be officially recognized by NetEase and do free Duo Omegas. So everybody go subscribe to Heron Explorer's channel. He does some awesome stuff with Blink Fleet. It's so good. It was copied by Michael J.D. himself. So, imitation is a serious form of flattery. So good job, Heron. I, of course, copied his designs, too, for the bombers because they're fucking fantastic. Yeah, exactly. Michael J.D. Fuck a you.
In the audience, not just him, but I see Trupa is in the audience as well. He does.
Oh, yeah.
He does his videos where he's been catching a lot of botters.
He's the bot farmer. Yep.
Yeah, he's the bot farmer. Yes, that's a good one. And then Kevinator as well.
Oh, yeah, I see Kevinator now, too. Sorry. Cool. And, of course, Durka. Durka's always here. Good to have you guys. It's awesome to have. We have a great group here, by the way. It's fantastic to see everybody here. I don't know how many people were over into Alondria's show or McKinsey's show a little bit earlier. They moved their time up to 2100 UTC, and when I first saw that, I thought, oh, my gosh, they're going to try to move it to the same time frame that we're at. That'd be hilarious.
No, they'd actually reached out to me and said, hey, we're going to move it to this time. I just want to make sure that it's not like going to mess with your guys' time. And I was like, okay, yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Sure. All good. There's plenty of
Sundays are popular. Yeah.
Sundays are popular. So usually there's not a whole lot going on lately anyway on Sundays in the game. But that's why we were a little late. There was a few things going on. So had a little bit of a tussle, as it were. So I see Ozier's here as well. So, that time frame of when we were having a little bit of a fight is done. So it was fun. We had a good time. Very good time, actually. So big fight in Declan.
Yeah, I got there just in time to loot the field.
Yeah, so did I. I got there in time to be able to. In a Typhoon 2, I was trying to hop between planets and pick off a few people and loot whatever I could because I never get time to loot anything, and I'm never in anything. I'm never in anything that I can really do that with. I'm usually in a nightmare, and I wasn't FCing tonight, which was kind of refreshing that I wasn't. It was kind of cool that I could just be in a fleet and just hang out. Yeah, it was a great fight. So good job. Hey.
And I got something just for my corp mates that are listening.
Yeah.
Hi, it's raining. That is all.
I know. Heron doesn't know what a Typhoon is. He only flies bombers. He doesn't really know how a Typhoon is supposed to act, so he just went and tackled a Cinnable with it. What is big ship?
Well, big ship is capital or higher.
Yeah.
We know this.
This is true. I'm sorry. That's right. We've learned that in the last 2 weeks that big ship means capital. Little ships means battleships and smaller.
Right.
Oh well.
All right, get on with it.
Here we go. We're gonna go right into the Q&A. Let me hit this button over here. Now we can see it, sort of, and now we can't see that. There we go. All right. Weekly Developer Q&A for 5/9 to 5/15. When will be the release of implants dictated for exploration type role? We have implants for PvP, PvE, and mining, but there's no implants that really improve our scanning those data and relic sites. Well, this is pre-patch, apparently, because that's, I think, kind of been fixed. NetEase Cloud comes back and says, while we understand the desire for such implants, our current focus is no optimizing the basic scanning experience. Once that is completed, is on optimizing the basic scanning experience. Once that is completed, we will then start to plan on the related modules and implants. Thank you for your interest and support of the game. And as we all know, in one of our recent patch notes, they changed that with the scanning and are going to make those higher-end data and relic sites actually pop a little more, those level 5s, which do exist that nobody ever finds, but they do exist. So now hopefully we find them more. I think that should solve most of that problem, honestly. I don't think we need an implant that's dedicated to scanning. Do you? That doesn't make sense to me.
Nope. And as someone that probably spent $300 billion in the last 15 days on implants, we don't need it.
All right, next one. Would you ever consider limiting the max camera zoom out to a ship's class or range? For example, only capitals and command ships can zoom out to view the whole grid. All of the ship's camera zoom is double their optimal plus fall-off distance. This would improve the scale of ships' feel of combat and add tactical choices for fleet commanders. That's kind of an interesting suggestion. I don't know. I'd like to really just pan out like huge, right? But and then see things that are 6,000 kilometers away or something. It's kind of interesting. Cloud comes back and says, thank you for your suggestions. While we appreciate your ideas, the development team has not considered implementing such limitations, as many players have already become accustomed to the current settings. We value your input and appreciate your continued support of the game. Yeah, I can imagine them changing this, Rambo. And the first thing you do when you go and zoom out, you ever played one of those games where you're on a map and then you try to zoom the map and then it just goes haywire, and before you know it, you're in a black space and can't pan around to find where you are and you just have to restart it? That's probably what would happen here.
I don't know. I know that I've tried that and I've fallen through maps.
Yeah, that too. Classic case is No Man's Sky. When that game first came out, you would literally fall through the planets you would land on. So
that's good.
It's really good. So we'll see. I mean, I like the idea. I do like the idea. All right, next one. Disable the return of drones after destruction of the target.
Wait, that's a question?
That's a question.
Sounds like a demand.
It's just a demand. Disable the return of drones after the destruction. That's it. One sentence. Real short and sweet, right? I get what he's saying. Because you're losing so much time as they go back and forth. And especially if you had their speed on or something, and now they're halfway back before they go back to another target, So I kind of get that. Like maybe make them loiter for a split second. If there's another target, they can go to it. This makes sense to me. Cloud comes back and says, we fully understand that the drone AI still needs further optimization and will take your suggestion into consideration. However, at the moment, we need to prioritize other more important optimizations of the drone AI. Therefore, we may not be able to implement this optimization very soon. We will continuously work on improving the game experience for our players. Thank you for your understanding and support.
Yeah.
That's a great answer. I know we hear a lot of times at these Q&A things, especially from other content creators that shall not be named, how they just rip these things apart and say soon means never, 3 years later, never, yada, yada, yada. Look, Cloud especially, and he was one of the ones that was on that dev Q&A we did about a month ago now, loves this game. You can tell when he's talking and you see him. Like we did a video thing in Skype and he was there, and you could really tell. I know it's not AI, Daraz. I know it's not AI. I get it. It's not AI. It's just an algorithm. I know. I realize that. Just cool your jets. I know you're an IT guy and it really frustrates you, and all you nerds spaz out over the use of AI over everything. And when it's just an algorithm, just cool down. It's okay. I don't need any more prop mods, Daraz. Okay. So, no, I get what he's saying, though, and he has a real passion for the game. I can tell he loves what he's doing. He really enjoys it. When you hear him talk and you kind of see his expressions, your opinion on Cloud as a developer anyway changes. I'm just throwing that out there. And he's got a lot of great ideas too. When you listen to some of those, if you've missed those, go back and listen to him talk about things. He's really got a lot of great ideas for the game too. So when he says it's something that they are working on as far as the drones and how the drones operate and their algorithm for what they do, I trust the guy. Now maybe it'll take him 6 months, maybe it'll take him a year, maybe it'll take him a year and a half. I don't know, but it'll get done as long as he's here.
I don't even think it would take that long. I think that would be like a ninja patch. You know, they would just like forget to put it into the patch notes, but just noticeably people would be like, oh, drones seem to work a lot better.
Right, which, by the way, a ninja patch that's not in the patches, you can no longer dock a jump freighter and an outpost. So that fucking sucks.
It does?
You used to be able to. Now you can't.
No, I mean, get good. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. All right, next one. Much of the recent gameplay that has been released has been possible to be played in low and high sec. Is content being considered for release that is nullsec exclusive to offer incentive for players to be in null? Who the heck are you? Do you know what a capital N-Dead is? Do you know what a dead space is?
Right.
I mean, do you even, have you left nullsec yet? Are you in a Cyan C carrier right now in Cloacature? I mean, what the hell?
Probably.
Yeah, Cloud comes back and says, hey there, thanks for your question about gameplay content in nullsec. We're excited to let you know that some new events in nullsec will be coming out soon. Awesome. I'll give players a chance to take on some unique challenges in nullsec. Oh, it'll give, sorry. Hope you'll like it, and thanks for playing. We do know that there are some new events coming that I don't know if any of these things are going to wind up being nullsec only and or different ones or slightly different ones for high sec, low sec. But I did know that new nullsec stuff was coming. And honestly, with what they've done with the Cyan C, there needs to be new high sec stuff coming for high sec carriers. Am I right? I mean, it seems like that kind of goes hand in hand. Now, granted, I see a ton of potential for those things in capital N-Deads for PvE ratting in nullsec, as well as for PvP ships. So
it's baller.
Yeah, they have huge tank. They have huge DPS. This is a preview, ladies and gentlemen, of what super carriers are going to do. They're going to make the Cyan Cs look silly. That's just my opinion. I'm hoping that's the case. It better be the case. We'll see.
I had quite a few members get this ship.
Yeah.
And, you know, they're talking about it, and they're actually more so praising it. And people in Alliance are praising it, and stuff is happening with these. You're seeing them all over the place. But yet, I come back to the quote that a certain somebody said, this is the ship that nobody wants.
I've heard several people say that.
Nobody's going to fly this.
Nobody's going to fly this. This is stupid. I hate this. And it's freaking baller. And I got JD over here just going nuts, saying everybody needs to have one of these.
Yeah, he's saying Cyan C these nuts.
Absolutely trash. Don't use them. Sell them to me. That's what JD's saying. The price is ridiculously low. If you, we're getting off on a tangent. I have one more Q&A here, but honestly, if you go and look, this is the problem I have with the Cyan C. They're cheap right now, and they're going to be cheap right now, even though the IP is $220,000 for shit's sake. However, if you look at what it takes to make a blueprint, once this event is done and out down the road and you can't just buy this thing as cheap as it is right now, it's going to be hell to build one of these things. The blueprint alone takes like 50 of every goddamn capital debris you can think of, or something, some shit like that. I mean, it's insane. That blueprint is like a 40 or 50 bill blueprint for a chance all by its damn self. So it's crazy. Each blueprint takes like a shit ton, Dirkator. You go pull it up. Someone give me a screenshot and put it on air chat so I can see it, because I know it's a ton. And it seems like it's going to be a very expensive blueprint, but yeah, it's crazy. I exaggerated when I said 50. I don't know, Alvis. I just know it's a lot. So it's a shit ton. Maybe someone will post it. Anyway, last Q&A while you guys are looking for it. Will you please introduce new background? Oh, Jesus.
Continue.
Will you please introduce new background musics in Eve Echoes according to the situation. Who has the music on? For Ego, OST for EVE Online plays when flying around in space normally. Different metal rock music plays when fighting in cosmic anomalies, which is different for different sectors of space, etc. Music enhances gameplay experience. Please do consider this.
Okay. I see what they're saying, and I'll relate it to other games.
Yeah.
Let's see. Common one like Skyrim.
Yeah.
You know, you'd be walking through the forest or whatever, and all of a sudden you start hearing battle music. That's when you kind of like realize, wait, something's attacking me. I better draw my sword, or I actually might want to look around or see what's got their aggro on me. You know, it changes, and you can react to it potentially quicker.
Fine. And here's the only way I would back this. The only way I would back this. If you as a corporation, because they want their focus to be on the corporation. Everything's about the corporation. They don't give a shit about adding alliance features. They just want corporation things. And you want to make money, then here's what you do, Netties. Listen up. Carrie, I know you're watching. Go into the corporation tech tree and make a section of it to where you as the corporation can select the song that plays when you're attacked by someone in my corp. I would pay 1,000 R for that. Like, seriously, I am so down for that. Like, if you can pick, Iron Man or just whatever, right? Anything.
Yeah, customizable playlist like a racing game or something. You could take some songs out, you could put some songs in.
Yeah. All right, Jamie Sue. I know I've seen that name before, but it's weird that all of these are answered by Cloud, but then all of a sudden it's Jamie Sue. Comes back and says, great idea. Actually, we're preparing to introduce new music into EVE Echoes, including various styles of music that will change according to different scenarios. However, due to some practical simulation or situations, we need to prioritize some more important updates. Despite this, we still believe we can have the music iteration in the near future. Stay tuned. I will say this, all right? Some of this music they've put out for their events and different things, super cheesy shit, but I love it. Right, I mean, the one specifically was that band with the lady on the vocals. What was that song?
The Evanescence sounding lady.
Yeah, exactly. Like that grew on me, and I like that one. I like that one. I can't help it.
Well, we know that year 3 is coming around, and so they'll have another anniversary song. So
exactly.
If they continue that anyway, and then not everybody mutes the music either. And I just watched a video earlier today from Voxel, and actually it was from that battle earlier today, as a cap fleet like dunks on another fleet. And it seemed like it was so calm and peaceful with that background music in the playing. It's like, wow, I'm watching a fleet get wiped, but it doesn't seem like it's hectic. It just seems like it's just naturally calm. It was weird. So anyway.
Yeah. Well, Alvis has posted what it takes to make a Cyan C blueprint. Look at that bullshit. It takes 20 Nidhogger blueprints, 20 Astarte blueprints, 20 Thanatos blueprints, 20 Chimera blueprints, plus all that fucking debris up there.
Yeah. Well, once this event stops, the market price on that ship is gonna go sky high.
Yeah, even though that's no skills, you just say you cut that in half to be like realistic of pricing or something down the road, and holy shit, even if it's 40 billion, right? I mean, you're buying them right now for less than that. They're literally less than that.
Yeah. People are selling their souls for that.
Yeah. That's not true, Gojira. We saw him in action tonight. When he says never going to die because they're never going to leave Isaac. Yeah.
A majority of them, probably.
A majority. Yep. Anyway, okay.
I think he lives under a rock.
Gojira? Yeah, maybe. He comes and plays 3 times a week. I'm kidding, Gojira. I'm kidding. I'm just giving you shit. It's okay. All right, so that's enough of the Q&A. And now I've got up on the screen something that's even more gorgeous, the Wyvern, which is just a sexy, sexy super carrier. We got information coming to us, obviously, that those are coming out June 1st. I know we keep thinking, everyone wants to think that June 2nd is, or June 7th, I mean, is the first Wednesday of June, and that'll be the patch. But I keep hearing June 1st, which means that's a Thursday, and that probably means there's some sort of event tied to those super carriers. With that said, I've got scrolling on the screen right now all of the faction cruisers that came out, as well as all of the Navy issue battleships as well. And we can kind of go through everybody's thoughts on those if we want. APOC Navy issue, Tempest Fleet issue. They changed the name. At first it was Tempest Navy issue, but then once everything was released, it was a Tempest Fleet issue. So they corrected that. That was great. Then, of course, we got the Adrasta. I don't know how to pronounce that. Whatever. It's a shitty thorax. I don't care. It's a bad ship. But whatever that new thing is, it's ridiculous. It's bad. All these things have huge amounts of IP, huge amounts of cost on the market right now because of what they take to build. It's not that those are going to come down. Everybody thinks those things are going to come down, that the Celios isn't going to be a 9-bill kill mill. Yes, it is, because it takes a lot to build that thing. If you go and look at the actual inputs to build it. And we're getting all these ships for really, really low. If you really look at these boxes and all these different ways to buy things, I can't believe they flooded the market as bad as they did, as well as they did, whatever, for as cheap as they did for these ships. I mean, don't you agree, Rambo? These things are cheap.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean they're going to be cheap to replace. The Chameleon.
Nope. Yeah, I've already seen a number of losses. Some of them being the first,
Oh, yeah. Day
claiming to be
one.
the
That
first.
morning, within like
Day
an
one.
hour, I saw a Fiend dead already.
Yeah.
It was crazy. It was crazy. But it takes a lot. We got Stockholm Syndrome. They've been feeding us kibble for almost 3 years. You're right, Ozier. I mean, they really have. It's amazing that this update was so damn good. It just shocks everybody. And I've heard so many people talking about buying this and buying that and grabbing this, and I've heard very few people upset about the pay-to-win thing because the ships are so goddamn good.
I spent $20. I spent $20 on the Navigator program. That's it.
Why'd you do that? You buy the Starry Night thing, and you spend the R on that, and you get the Navigator program with it, and all you got to spend is $399 R, and then you unlock all those missions to get all this shit we're talking about.
Right, and that's what I did because I purchased $20 of AUR, which automatically puts you into the Navigator program.
Yeah.
And then I took that AUR and purchased that Starry Night.
There you go.
And then I'm getting all that stuff.
Yeah.
But people are saying it's all pay to win. I'm like, I only spent $20. That's it.
Pay to win what? When people say pay to win, I want to break that down for a second. Maybe I'll go on a rant too. Pay to win what? You're paying money for ships. How did you win jack shit? You're going to die in that ship anyway. What you won is a lot of IP that you now have to spend to cover it. What did you win?
You're paying to get things faster, basically.
That's not pay to win. That's just paying so you don't have to grind. That's pay to G. That's P2G, not P2W. I mean, seriously, think about that. I really get words have meanings, ladies and gentlemen. I get a little shitty. That is what pay to win is, Taylor. No, Kawari. It's not a win. You didn't win anything. You haven't won. All you've got is a ship now you're going to go die to against somebody else. Because you're going to die. That's the point of the game.
The ship that you got for free after spending $20.
For free after spending $20 now, who's playing with semantics? Yes, Duraz, I know, Duraz. That guy, I swear to God. I love you, Duraz, but I don't. Anyway, okay. So these new ships, these are awesome. I think everybody's pretty much got them at this point. The Tempest Fleet issue puts out an enormous amount of DPS, and it's tanky as shit. The Raven Navy issue is also tanky as shit, which I heard, by the way, secondhand. I don't know how true this is. the resistances on these Navy issue ships are extremely high. They're very, very good, like over the 90% range, cold. And apparently that's not correct, and those are going to get nerfed. I don't know when, but I'm hearing this secondhand from a few people that those are going to get nerfed a little bit. So
Well, don't you have them? Don't you have a couple of them?
I do, but I mean it's like, what is that? Okay, so what's the question? I mean, yeah, I have a few of them, but why?
So wouldn't you know? Why would you get secondhand info? Wouldn't you just know?
No, I know that they're tanky. I know that their resistances are high. I'm getting secondhand information from someone who has heard that they're going to get nerfed from somewhere, from either a dev or from Carry or somehow. If they nerf the Navy issue, then it makes it kind of useless, doesn't it? Because that's like the only thing that yeah, I know, Durkadur. That's the only thing that really honestly sets them apart. There's a few things other than that, but I mean that's the main thing, is that they're just tanky as shit without having to go nuts on them. So anyway,
You know what else I heard?
what's that?
Insurance is going to disappear. You going to believe that?
No, I don't believe that at all. No way.
I'm not going to believe crap from anybody unless I hear it from the devs myself.
Exactly.
A lot of people talk. That's it.
Yep. All right, so scroll down to the Science carrier. I know everybody already put up a bunch of stuff on fittings and looking at it and all of that. It's a great ship.
Oh, buddy.
How many of you guys in the
one.
audience got one of these things already?
I told you I was going to get it.
Yep.
I
How
paid
did you get it? Did you spend the 6,000 plex to get it or not?
Nope. I paid ISK for it.
Okay.
ISK.
How much?
At the time, 39B. That was before the price dropped a bit.
What's it down to right now? 32, 30, something like that?
Yeah, low 30s.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. And the IP, though, is just insane on it.
I don't plan on losing it, so I don't care.
Yeah. That's what everybody says about those kinds of ships, though. They don't plan on losing it. Unless you don't take it out of HiSec, you won't. But I don't know.
Yeah, it'll forever be in HiSec since it's a HiSec carrier.
That's correct. Because the real carriers, when they come in, that are going to be for PvP, are going to be what's on the screen next, on the YouTube stream anyway, which is the Wyvern, which I'm going to see if I can't copy and paste these in here. Yep. There's the Wyvern. Here's the Minmatar Heel.
Is it heal or hell?
Hell, Heel, I don't know. And now all of a sudden I'm hearing all the music from the website that'll be on the recording, but is not on the, nobody else can hear it, so that's hilarious. There they are. And I'm just going to have to back out of this page to get it to stop. Damn, that's annoying.
They're good-looking ships. I would fly any one of those, honestly. Not any of them really stand out as being a giant turd.
No, they don't. Yeah, I want to turn all of these into emojis so that we can use them, because everybody in my corp is going to have one. We want super carriers out the wazoo. So somehow, some way. We don't know yet if they're dockable in an NPC. We don't know yet if they're buildable in an NPC. I have no idea on any of that yet, and we'll see. I've asked these questions, but I haven't gotten answers on them yet, so we'll see. I really hope. Durkadur, I think you're probably right. You'll be able to dock at an NPC, but maybe not buildable at an NPC. So,
you know, part of the update was like this T4 Citadel variant. They didn't necessarily call it a T4 Citadel, but it was a Citadel upgrade, right?
Well, they've always played weird with these words, right? We've always had Corporation outposts. Even though we've all called them citadels, they are in the game technically called Corporation Outpost 1, Corporation Outpost 2, Corporation Outpost 3, right?
Correct.
Now we have a Corporation Citadel level 1, and it looks different. It has a different. It's going to be different. It's going to be bigger on the field than what the current Citadels are. It's got a bunch of added shit to it. There's a whole bunch of things coming to it in terms of through the Corporation tech tree. It's super cool looking. It just looks like a meaner, beefier version of the Citadel, but it's cool looking. I don't know if anyone has one yet, Durkadur. I have not heard if anybody has a level 4. I think it takes too long for it to upgrade. It is basically right now the nettiest version of the Keepstar because you can only Entosis it and you cannot downgrade it. Once you go up to that level 4, or what is now a real Corporation Citadel level 1, it doesn't even say that we can blow it up. Like, all it says is you can Entosis it and you can't downgrade it. So I asked for clarification on that as well. So far right now, as far as I know, you can't do anything to it other than Entosis it, and you can't blow it up. So we'll see. I think the reason why we had so many issues this Wednesday with power levels on Citadels, with module fittings, with power levels on outposts, all the outposts suddenly were in low power come Wednesday morning. They didn't really compensate us for the fuel loss, honestly. What'd they give us, Lazarus units? The Lazarus units were bullshit in terms of the amount of fuel I had to use in order to get 2 REMs back up and going again, right? I mean, because it just had to re-inject all that fuel, which was crazy. But, yeah, anyway. So all of that stuff, I think it has something to do with how they've changed maybe some of the mechanics for the Citadels and what they might have had to do for the Corporation Citadel 1, which is I don't know. I'm just guessing. We'll see. So anyway, we'll see. All right, do we want to get into the specifics of the Corptech tree then, as far as the Citadel goes, since that's where we're at?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, hit it.
I don't have any screenshots pulled up for it, but essentially, okay, so here's the thing, too, with Indy, right? So, and why I think it's a huge deal. This all came out on Wednesday. Corporations, starting on Wednesday of this week, were able to actually go and make missions for Concord that specific, and they made a nice little lore back channel thing for it too, which I believe is going to apply to, it sure feels like it's going to apply to what we call the drone lands, which they're going to call something else, out on the east half of the map. That big area up there above Vale and Geminate that's not open to anybody, that nobody can go into, that doesn't even show you the routes of anything on the map. All of that supposedly is going to be opening up soon. I don't know if it's going to open up by the 3rd anniversary, which is August. That's only a couple of months away. But they sure seem like they're leading up to it. They've talked about it a few times now, and now with this Corporation tech tree, they put some lore into the game behind it. Specifically what they said is Concord is in the middle of a war. Okay, whatever. That war is in a faraway land, taking heavy losses, new enemies, yada, 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 okay? And so now Concord needs your help to be able to fill the orders they need for ships, for parts, modules, all that kind of stuff. So they came up with this system for you as your corporation to be able to donate towards that war effort. Frankly, I think this is genius. This is a huge kick in the ass for Indy, right? So what you have to do is you go and you make a corporation mission in the corp market to donate, have these items brought into the corporation from your individual members, whatever these items are. Each week it's a different select of, I think, like 20 maybe. I forget how many are on the grid. Different items. And you get corporation points, or corporation skill points anyway, from these different items you donate. Yeah, you better give us marshals, I know. So what's great about this, though, is this stuff goes poof from the game. When you donate this to Concord, it is gone. And so if you're smart, you're looking at what those items are. You can only do 150 donations in a week. This week we only had Wednesday to now. It's already reset. So right now, as of this time when I'm speaking, it's already reset. The next batch of those items are now scrolled through. You can look at them. You can see what you have to make, and you can pick out whatever you want that you already have in your inventory, donate it, and rack up those skill points. So what's wonderful about that is all that stuff goes bye-bye. So, and you can have 150 donations. This is everything from full ships, hulls anyway, not fitted, but full ships, individual modules, the whole 9 yards. So I think it's fantastic. It's really gotten a lot of our indie guys going again, and getting crazy about mining and making sure we got enough PI all over the place. The guys that like to go and steal PI are having a blast. They're all making money. In some ways, shape, or some forms, people are getting paid. Some guys are donating because that's what they want to do. It all just kind of depends, but it's great. It's been a nice little boon for all of that.
Talk about building 150 ships within like 36 hours. It's freaking crazy. Yeah, getting people waking up on the indie side.
And these are not just shit ships either. So
no. T10, T9 ships, some of them I'm seeing T8 are providing the highest amount of points. So
yeah. So I mean, it's everything from like Rupture Guardians to high-end destroyers to it looks like mostly cruisers and destroyers from what I've seen. And it's random. So each corporation gets a different list, and every week you get a different list. Although I'm seeing a little bit of similarity. So
I wonder why it's cruisers and destroyers. The game Concord just must hate them and say, "Hey, we need to delete these."
Yeah, I don't know. Probably because if they did battleships, T10 battleships specifically, that would be way too many to try to donate 150 of those in a week.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they would compensate it through the points, so you're not really providing that many compared to destroyers.
True, but people would just go and gank it and go and try to figure out a way to do 150 battleships for a shit ton of points, right?
If they have the capability to, then why not?
Yeah, I agree. I honestly agree. But yeah, that's a good point, Durkadur. It will make that lower level material rise in price. So it's a great ISK sync. It's a great because there is ISK involved here too. It's not just a matter of dumping a bunch of shit into it. It's just a great sync all around. It's one that actually gets people in your corporation involved in something that has meaning to it, and I'll get to what those meanings are in a minute. But it also syncs all that stuff. It syncs ISK for at least a somewhat legitimate reason and not just bullshit, like 180 million blue cost for one part for capital, right? So,
right.
Anyway, this I can kind of get more behind. And when you do all of this, and let's say you donate 100 of whatever, and you get 100,000 points, skill points, you now can go to this tech tree and go and upgrade your corporation's skills. Everything from the amount of shield on your citadels to the shield hardening resistance on your citadels. All of that stuff now gets energy points, which is something we've been asking about for a long time. Now gets upgraded. Just a whole ton of shit gets upgraded. And it's fantastic. I think it's great. And I hope I know for a fact that they're going to add more things into that over time, which gets to one of the final points on this, which is how many members can you have in your corporation? This was an update we were supposed to get a long time ago in terms of our corporations being able to have more members in them than the max 200 that your skills now currently allow. And it's something that I actually banked on. That was part of the reason mine and Kawari's corporation merged. That was part of my impetus anyway for approaching her about it, was the fact that, hey, these corps are going to get bigger. I think this makes sense to have bigger entities being able to do these kinds of things. And if my daughter doesn't stop calling me on my phone that's plugged into the stream, I'm going to get upset. Anyway, so no, I think it's great. But that's one thing that is coming, is that there's going to be certain events. I don't know if it's over the next week or two or if it's over the next few months leading up to the 3rd anniversary, but there will be events coming around what Concord is supposedly doing in their war out in the Netherlands that will wind up being events that then play into this corporation tech tree, as in during this event, during this 1 week period or 2 week period or 1 month period, kind of like a Concord Pass is, there are certain things you can do to get special rewards during that time, and that is where the increase in your corporation size is going to be coming from. So how that
So,
plays out, I don't know. But that's what I'm hearing.
so that means you have to be awake during that week. You actually have to play the game.
I have to
Is
play the
that what you're
game
saying?
during that week or that month or whatever it is. You have to be really be
Yeah.
watching it because it'll probably be some kind of an event that might come around again in terms of being able to get those rewards, but might turn out to be as rare as like a nanocore is, right? And so those corps that are active and on it when those things come around can get it, and when they're not, and it's later on down the road, those some corps won't have it. Some might think this is a shitty way of doing things. I honestly think this is fantastic because it creates an imbalance, right? And I know everybody loves to throw away the word the word balance. I hate the word balance. I'm fine with imbalance. I don't want there to be a perfect balance. The game's fucking boring when everything's balanced. There needs to be this juxtaposition and vying for different tactics, which I think we have now, honestly, when it comes to implants, GUs, nanocores, gold nanocores, all these different faction ships that they've added in, and everything else, and the Synesy and all the things they can do. Now the super carriers coming out. I think there's all kinds of different ways to run things. Lots of people are getting their implants all the way up to level 30s at this point, which is a game changer. It's a game changer. So level 30
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, I want to cycle back to the corp tree real quick. Is the requirements for Concord is different for every corp.
Yeah.
So my corp has different ships and mods to supply to Concord than say what Taylor's corp is, or whoever else's corp. It's all different stuff. So it's not like we can, I was hearing somebody talk about it earlier today. Was you're not going to see like one ship get completely wiped off the market because every corporation is trying to purchase that ship or build it or whatever.
Yeah, but it's a
You're
very
seeing,
and Slippy
like,
just
every
mentioned
ship.
this. Yeah, you're right though, but it's a very limited pool. So I was going to say that Slippy just mentioned it before I could cut you off. But you're right, and it's good that it's random, but it's not that random. Because I can already see similarities between the ones I got tonight versus ones guys had last week, yada yada yada. Like I think there's only maybe a pool of about 9 to 10 different ships. That's it.
I haven't seen mine yet since the refresh. I know we maxed out the 150 because we had
Sure.
Thrasher Dictor 2s.
Yeah.
And we just built them. We didn't even buy them or anything. We just built them. So
Right. Oh yeah, sure. I think that's what a lot of people are going to do with their stockpiles. Which this is actually pretty smart of NetEase, right? They're clearing out our stockpiles before super carriers come out. You bastards. Just weeks before super carriers come out. Yeah, I'm
Price is
surprised they
gonna
did
go
too,
up.
Slippy. It's pretty good. So, but anyway, all of this, gets to a serious issue, though. The bad news, right, from this last week, and that is Plex. The Plex market is completely fucked at this point. There is no Plex market. All you can do is get onto the Plex market and try to sell it, and wait your turn, because you're gonna have no chance of freaking buying it at all. It's just not there. It's not there. So for those of you out there who buy Plex in order for you to get your IP refreshed, it's gone. To get it's very limited when it shows up. I mean, if it does at all. And it's all pegged, right? So there's really no market, no free market anyway for the Plex right now because they've got this stupid 20% plus or minus from one week to the next. So it's Slippy. So it's 20% up from where it was before all this shit started this last week, and now it's pegged. So and then they're going to do it again next week, and they're going to do it again next week. So Wednesday it's going to be a 20% jump. So if you purchased R, and you convert it, you can convert it to Plex now. That's fine, but sit on it because Plex is going to do absolutely nothing but slowly go up over the next 2 weeks until this event is pretty much done.
Until the event is over, yeah. So
yeah.
I've been seeing people asking how are they able to Plex their accounts if, I mean, that's the only way that they get Omega is they grind the ISK to get the Plex to go toward Omega.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's two ways I can think of. One is you just pay the $5 Omega, and you wait out the event until Plex starts coming back. Or it might be a bit shifty, but you can say donate some real money to your CEO, have them convert AUR to Plex, and then they can corp Omega your character or characters. You know, I suppose that's a way to do it. I don't know if everybody's going to want to do it, but it still involves real money.
Yep.
You're not going to be able to buy ISK or Plex from ISK.
Yep. You're kind of stuck if you're someone who tries to grind for your Omega and buy a Plex. And you're also kind of stuck if you need IP.
Yep.
If you need to stock up on your insurance points, you're kind of stuck. Unless you swipe and get the Plex that way. So I have one particular tune. It's not one that I really use for a whole lot other than like PI and some mining. But it's on an emulator, and I have no way of getting it onto onto one of my iPhones or iPads. And because it's on the emulator and it's through Google Play as far as how it's attached, I can't go in there and use my Apple thing to buy it. So he's just alpha now.
I just realized there is another way to get Omega.
Yeah.
And that's to play your content creator scam games.
Oh,
right?
I could just go and actually
give
him to Omega. I can just give him to Omega. Ah, yeah, I'm cool. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. I forgot all about
we
that.
Just give Omegas away. So
yeah, there you go. Every week, I'm cool. Yeah, there you go.
Comment on a Benzie video, you might get Omega.
So next week, I'm only giving away one Duo Omega, so I can get my other character back up and going again. Thank you very much.
Hey, this week I actually have 4 to give away, so we'll have to figure out a way to give them away.
There you go. Well, you only have 3. You got to give Kuwari one. Have you not given Kuwari one yet? She's our newest staff member. You got to give her one, right?
She has to say like one word at least before I can do that.
Well, she's going to be on with me next week. There she is. Hi.
See, there she is.
Free Duo.
Free Duo. There it is. There's her one word.
You know, in the beginning, she actually didn't have perms to talk. I had to edit the studio channel to give her perms to talk.
Oh my gosh.
So that was partially my bad.
That's okay.
How long you been in comms here, and he had you muted?
I don't know, like half an hour.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was like, if she's here, like, talk. You're able to talk, you know?
Yeah.
No,
Conversation.
I cannot.
Welcome
But
to
now,
staff.
Okay.
Now you see how the sausage is made, and it's not pretty.
This is a Taylor Rand show, by the way, everybody.
Oh my gosh, that's so mean.
Oh, come on. I can handle it. It's fine. I've dealt with far worse. Michael JD's in the audience. I'm kidding. I'm kidding, JD. I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. That's correct. Yeah, I couldn't figure out how to use typhoons, so JD had to cancel them.
He forgot his prop mod. He was at the
That too.
CTA late.
That too. No, at one time I forget a prop mod one time. What was that, Corey?
So the last I heard, you've got a prop mod in every low sec and null sec NPC across the map.
When I can't sleep at night, I open up the game and I wait about 20 minutes for my inventory to load, and I slowly go through those NPC stations where there's a large afterburner now, and that's it, and delete it.
Oh.
Oh my god, what?
You're saving industry.
I am
First
saving
of all.
industry single-handedly, one at a time, because there's literally 40 of the damn things. So, oh my gosh, it's crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Yeah, so the Plex market.
Yeah, back to the Plex market. Quarry, what do you think about the Plex market? It sucks, doesn't it?
It does. That's all I really have to say about it.
You heard it here, ladies and gentlemen. Quarry says it does, and so that's it. We're done with the Plex market.
And it sucks because I don't have a Cyancy, and I can't swipe for one. So I
Yeah.
need Plex.
Oh no, we started that first thing, JD. That was the first thing I said. Don't worry, I will never, ever, ever miss a chance to dunk on Benzie with that, especially with kill mills like that.
That was our almost news segment at the beginning.
So, pretty bad. In fact, we should start every show like that now with another Captain Benzie kill mill, please. Get any kill mill from a content creator, you know. Big Skillet doesn't play. Damon Zell really doesn't play. So I guess it's just kill mills of Rambo and I dying. I don't know.
I don't even remember the last time I died.
I don't either. It's been
all the shit that I do in game, and I've yet to get caught or ganked or anything like that.
Yeah. I didn't really get to do anything on tonight's fleet. JD's correct. All I did was get there and just loot the field. Everything was already done. So
I mean, so did I. I helped tackle a couple people, but I didn't get killed.
No.
Good thing I didn't, because I had one of those what do you call them? Like an embarrassment type fit on my ship. It's probably a good thing nobody saw me die.
Yeah. That's the only reason I have a Snuggly rating, Slippy, is because of that gigantic Nidhugger lost mail of mine. Yes, I know. And as he's all too well aware, when it happened, I was literally calling out where these guys were as they were coming into where I was in MXX for like 15 fucking minutes. I knew exactly where they were. I know you're going to say it. That's why I beat you to it. And
FC permission to shoot tail Rick.
There it is. Yeah.
Hey, welcome, Damon.
Hey, what's up?
There for a minute, I thought it was
bro.
one of these sound things and not like this, you know, and not Damon.
Nah.
Like someone needs to get the.
I had to come out and walk the dog real quick, so I figured I'd see if the show was still going on. I'm like half asleep.
Yeah. I did too, Slippy. I immediately went and looked at the soundboard. We got to get that recording of you saying that so we can play it on the soundboard. Just like we have Tahini with the slowly, gently.
Slowly, gently. We're the deepest we ever gone.
Oh, God.
Oh, God. I need to add more sounds to the soundboard. It's just my.
You do. They were all over on Gulag. And then, oh, here they are. Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, we need to push into them.
You can hear this, right?
Gently, slowly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's fucking go, boys.
I'm dying here. What's happening?
Oh yeah, exactly. That's like the favorite of mine and will always and forever be. Where is that? Yeah, right here. This is Osier, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm dying here. How's that happening?
That was the first time we took out support projection against him in his nightmare, and he's just totally fucking clueless.
The soundboards are good stuff, though. It's good quality entertainment.
It is great. It is great. And actually, I could put all of our stuff into that soundboard so then we can hear it all, and I wouldn't have to worry about changing my whole setup.
Yeah, it's on my list of things to do, amongst other things for the show.
Yep.
We'll get there.
Okay, cool. All right, I think that's enough on the Plex market stuff. I obviously can't play commercials because they don't come through on your end for some reason.
Did you want to talk about like how NetEase was deleting announcements? You see that? You remember that?
That was because they found a mistake and then reposted
Right.
them.
Oh no, that was the first one was because CCP called him out on a mistake and made him take it down.
That's correct. And that's big news, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you who don't know whether or not CCP is still involved or not,
Yes.
ta-da,
of
they're
the
still
Science
involved.
Team.
Clearly, yes.
Yep.
Yeah. And that's the thing too, is we were told that CCP had stated that there is a flaw in the photo or whatever, so they had to take down the announcement, make an adjustment, and then post it back up. And people are theorizing like, oh, it got 200 downvotes or thumbs downs and shit emojis and all that.
Nah, they don't care
Like,
about that.
Right. I don't think they necessarily care about that. But then I guess there's people also saying that the moderators are deleting those reactions also. But I don't know.
I
100%.
found what I found hilarious was that CCP stepped in because of a photo, but not the shitty implementation of the accounts.
Yeah.
Right. So a number of content creators actually raise this question, like, how much does CCP actually have, like their foot in the door as far as making calls on this game?
Unclear, but what is clear is they are watching the Discord. Otherwise, they would have never caught that. Because it was the picture that was used in an announcement, not necessarily the same photo on the website. So, and the Tempest Navy issue was instantly changed to the Tempest Fleet issue as well. So they are watching shit. They are watching shit.
Maybe that's a good thing.
I think it's a great thing. I think it's fantastic news, honestly. So,
Now, if only CCP would just step in and just take the reins.
well, a lot of people always talk about this game's constantly dying. Well, that's just like an EVE thing, right? EVE Online's been dying, and here we are at their 20-year anniversary, right? So, fine. You want to use that as your thing, and you always say this game's constantly dying. I realize there's not enough new players coming in. I get all the other stuff. I understand that the overall player base is shrinking, not growing. True. That feels true.
No,
we don't have metrics, but it feels true. I'd be surprised if it's really a small decline, if it's anything more than a very small decline, though. So with all of that said, when the licensing,
there's new players coming.
Oh, sure there.
I know that there's new players coming because I watch them go all to the Noob Corps. Yeah.
But I think if it gets bad, I think CCP's still there. It's a licensing agreement with NetEase anyway, and I know a lot of people are talking about the license agreement's coming up, and then it's gone, and oh my God, it'll get shut down. No, if the license agreement comes due and CCP doesn't want to renew, why can't they just take it over from NetEase? Like, it's a licensing, right? And keep it going. Never know.
But we know there's been some seat changes, right? So
yes,
for the better.
For the better.
I'm optimistic.
Big time. Speaking of which, on that end of it, I have no news really to share on the CSM stuff. It's been kind of quiet on that front over there, Rambo. Do you have anything? Because honestly,
yes.
I don't read a lot of that shit over there. I'm there for the important things, not for the bullshit, and it's been a lot of bullshit lately. So I just haven't noticed. Tell me.
I kind of
You
find
mean there's an
funny.
actual CSM? It wasn't just a popularity contest?
That's apparently not, because I'm not popular at all. Everybody hates me.
Aw, that's not true.
I love you, Corey.
Honestly, if all 10 of the members actually spoke up, it would probably be a lot. I don't know. I guess it would go faster. But it seems like people are AFK, or they got voted in, they don't check Discord, or they're off doing their own things. But it seems like only 5 or 6 people are actually putting in the work. So
yeah, I thought I did great work coming up with the charter.
Right.
And finally posting
it. Then we had the others, and we're coming up with the letter, which is in review right now, that I'm going to submit. And I believe everybody has to sign it. I think we're going to sign it before we submit it. But we're going to be approaching NetEase soon.
Yeah.
If not, like,
probably get it notarized
today.
too.
Yeah.
Oh, should we post that? I mean, I made it with ChatGPT, so I could post it, right? Like, no one's going to get pissed if I post it. Okay.
I don't think there's a copyright on it.
No, I mean, because a bot made it, and I didn't edit it at all. Let me scroll up and find it, because shit, I didn't save it anywhere. I just copy. Oh, it's on my. It's over here. I could just pull up my old ChatGPT log, and copy it from there. There we go. Because that creates a log. I don't know if anybody's ever used ChatGPT, or I use it every day. I use ChatGPT and Bard every day for work, for life, for everything. It's great. Here we go. Charter CSM. I am copying it. And here it is in all of its brilliance. Boom.
Gee.
This took me 35 seconds.
Silly.
Give me a 1,000-word essay on a charter.
Okay, yeah, then here we go. Can you
The
summarize
TLDR is
this
be good boys and girls.
charter? Yeah, I'm asking it to summarize the charter. And now it's summarizing it, and the summarization seems to be longer than the. Here we go. Now here it is. Here's the summarization. Copy, paste. And
It's
here was
still
my
long.
and here was my prompt, so that anybody else can use the same prompt. I think
Well, you
10
wanna
is
read
too
it
many.
For our listeners.
The prompt was, can you write it's true. This is an audio podcast. I forget about that sometimes. Can you write a charter for a council of stellar management? Include a method for electing a new set of council members with 10 on a council. Hold the elections every 2 years. The charter should be represent the player base of Eve Echoes and their desired instant change in the game. That was my prompt. I'm not going to read the whole goddamn thing on air. Sorry, no. The summary, though, AI is great. Yes, Slippy, no. That is proprietary because it works very, very, very well. What he asked is, can you post the Care Bears with Guns spy check procedure from ChatGPT? Slippy, go and post Serial's question. I know you have it like on Rolodex, ready to post at just any second what Serial says. Yeah, I know. 2-year term is too long, JD. 10 people on the council is also too long. It should be 5, and it should be a 1-year term. But at any rate,
Should be 2 weeks for some.
for some, it should be get the fuck out. But
Yeah, that feels long.
what was that, Corey?
I said a whole year feels really long.
It's really
It-
got
it-
2 weeks in this game.
You guys should
forever.
probably implement something kind of like how in game, if if the CEO hasn't logged in like 30 days, it goes to the next person.
Right.
Oh,
If
that's
the
a
person
good
doesn't
one.
log in, they lose their spot on the CSM, and you can have
That's a
a
good
special
one.
election or something.
If they can't type not even one word in 30 days, yeah. I'd be
Because there's like
questioning
4
too.
people who haven't said a damn thing in there yet.
That's okay. We notice.
We do.
I notice.
Yep. I mean, I haven't all week, but whatever. I made that glorious charter, so my work here is done. I'm kidding. Anyway, okay, enough about the bullshit of the CSM stuff. Okay, another thing that I almost
comment.
forgot to bring up. Yeah, there it is, right there. I knew you'd have it. I knew you would have it. It's Airbus who posted it. Serial asked, "How do I spy check?" Serial, I love you, man, but oh my god.
We lost them,
Also a
ladies and
year
gentlemen.
old.
Sorry, I'm laughing so hard I can't. I'm 2/3 of the way through this Modelo. It's a big ass can. I can't.
What is that? 3% alcohol?
Good
Come on,
question.
my wine's 8%. Catch up. What are you doing?
Yeah.
I don't know how much alcohol. I've never had a Modelo before, to be honest. There was no Corona, and I was pissed, so I just grabbed the next Mexican beer I could find.
It's Dos Equis. It's supposed to be your.
They didn't have it in single serve that I could just grab. I don't buy this is like my one beer for the whole month probably. I have no idea what's it's
Beer every
Modelo
Sunday.
Especial.
What are you talking about? One beer every month.
She just got tequila.
Oh, that's right. It's liquor every other week.
Oh yes, Alondria, that's exactly how we should do spy checking in Care Bears with Guns. We should have you onto our Discord. Yes, exactly. It's exactly wrong thing. to do.
Technically, wouldn't she already be on the Discord?
Exactly, right? I mean, she's saying she's going to offer services. Anyway, okay. Almost forgot, though. Another thing with Indy that happened this week. Can you guys guess what it is? On top of the Corp Tech Tree stuff and the syncing and all that great stuff. Just, I'm going to make this a real brief thing because it's kind of silly.
I think I know it. Trying to think of it. Oh,
Kawari, you should
the
know.
gas. The gas.
Yeah, the gas.
That's how it
Exactly.
is,
Okay, good. I
doesn't
forgot. I
doesn't
was
shrink in
not
volume.
sure what it was.
No, it doesn't shrink in volume. It's look, I'm glad they implemented it. I'm glad it's a thing. The implementation of it though just
Low effort.
yeah, I mean The gas is also, and there's 2 different types of gas. It's fullerene 50 and 60. Both of these things show up in all the belts everywhere. It doesn't seem to matter what tier level they are. Maybe T5 and higher. It's really fucking lazy. You're right, Gojira.
Yeah.
They should be in their own anom somewhere, not with the rocks, because now you're trying to get rocks and you got all this freaking gas you don't need.
Got gas.
The value of it went from here to here to here to here. It's worth nothing now because they're used to make the faction cruisers, which everybody's buying and not building. So it'll be months before that gets used. Kind of the way that morphine or Morphite, right? Morphite's used all over the place now, but I'm sure they'll be used for the super carriers, don't you think?
Yeah, no, it's going to be the new, because they said when the new ships come out, there's going to be a new resource, and this is going to be the new resource.
Yep.
For that. But if NetEase was really smart with that, they should have released a low a module for your low slot for like 200 AUR, which will allow you to filter out gas and rocks.
Or compress it.
Damon is promoting pay to win.
I mean, I'm just promoting the game.
Yeah. Yeah. There should be a way to compress the gas. It should be in its own separate anomaly, and there should be different lasers and or ships that can then go and mine that gas, right? Give me a Venture 5. Actually, fuck that. Give me a Venture 4 with a covert ops ability and miners that take out gas. That's what I want.
Yeah, it was a good opportunity to do something cool with indie ships. And
What the hell is that?
What the fit?
What the fit?
Hey, I'm gonna post a kill mail. Check this out. I've never seen this kill mail up until today, but check this out. And this is one that I said, "What the hell is that?"
Advanced mining equipment enhancement. Killed.
is that a blueprint?
That's a total fuck up. Yeah, it's a blueprint for a implant. Yeah, that's hilarious.
How does that happen? That
Oh, like,
that
that is
isn't
an
logged on.
implant.
That
Oh my
isn't logged
goodness.
on the MobiBot, by the way.
No, probably not.
Did you guys ring out a moment of silence for the guy who I'm assuming thought he was flying an interceptor?
Yes, we did that at the very beginning as well in our almost news. That one right there. Yep. Yep.
It's cool. So it shows you that little image when it's an implant kill.
Yeah, I've never seen that type of kill mail before. So when I saw it posted, I was like, "What the hell is that?"
That's so neat.
But yeah, it's out there.
There was a couple of spot what, Heron?
Lost scan resolution. Oh, in the text under Imperial Navy damage,
Oh,
it says scan resolution.
I didn't even pick up on that. Yeah, that's weird. Screw up
Yeah,
somewhere.
since the update has happened, and we hadn't talked about this yet either. Yes, it was a big update. They implemented a lot of stuff, and every day since they've been having little micro patches. Pretty much, basically every time I log in, I have to do a small patch for
Yep.
whatever that they changed. And one was on that Starry Night, if you recall, where they one of the
Swap.
level 30 rewards. Yeah. they
Oh
swapped it
yeah,
out.
yeah. It's no longer a free reward. It's now in the paid version.
Oh, that's not new. It was the same thing last spring.
There we go.
Yeah, yeah.
But no, it's the same thing since the game launched. They don't do any QA, like quality control over their patches. They just willy-nilly throw them out there and see what sticks.
Well, we
Some
know that they've been testing it because they delayed it because they knew that there were bugs in it. So
yeah.
they test the stuff and then they said, oh, okay, well this is actually like okay to release, but then as the player base plays it and other mechanics are involved, then more so stuff gets revealed as it gets reported and so on and so forth. So then they're having to continuously make patches.
I think they're just testing for that one bug that broke the server, like when it first launched for like 16 hours, where no one could log in. In the back of my
Right.
mind, I think that's what they always are just testing for.
Yeah.
Hey, does anybody know if local is still broke in EO?
Yes. Last I
It
heard.
still is.
Last I heard. Well, I mean, maybe in the last 3 or 4 days they fixed it, but yeah, I think it's hilarious that in EO it's local is broken, it's fine in EE, right? Who would have thought?
Right.
A year ago we were still complaining about when's local fixed, right? And well, actually,
Right.
no, not even a year ago. It's been more than a year since they fixed it, and there's not only that they stayed fixed.
That's right. That's right, Michael J. It's not a bug. It's a feature.
Yeah.
Feature.
Yeah.
Totally a feature. This was intentional.
Yep.
Cue the Jurassic Park. Nothing but the best. Or no, was it spared no expense? That's what it is.
That's
They had
true,
no
JD.
expense.
If there's no local whatsoever, it's kind of a nice hunting ground, right? So you're
Yeah,
just
some
surprised
people
there's
enjoy
someone
it.
there. Yeah.
Other
That's-
people don't.
That's why I like the wormholes, because you honestly don't know when you're in a wormhole. You don't know who's in there.
Yep.
Like there is no local. So I always love that about wormhole living in Eve.
Yeah, and same thing with the Nihilist spaces where you don't see local. I kind of wish all of the, and I've said this before, but I wish all the DRs were the way that the Nihilist spaces are, where it's open. People can get in there while you're running them. I think that'd be just freaking hilarious. But whatever.
Hmm.
I find
How
DRs
would be-
mind-numbing, so whatever.
Yeah, I necessarily don't really do them.
I don't either.
But,
I should.
I wonder what the pathway for an enemy to be able to get in would be. You know, would it just spawn a gate somewhere and it says so and so's DR room, join it, and they can join it.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe someday they'll fix that. Maybe they won't. They won't. They like their instant play. So, speaking of which, has anybody tried to play Faction Warfare lately?
Mm-mm.
Nope.
I haven't either.
Perpetually broken.
And nobody got time for that.
No. And there's nothing new in it either that from what I can tell. Yeah, there's nothing there. So, and I'm kind of surprised they haven't still done anything with it, but actually I'm not surprised at all because that's the way it goes.
Faction where?
Faction Wear, that's right. Anything else to cover that I haven't covered so far? Because we ran through a lot of that really, really fast.
There's probably stuff that we missed.
I'm sure there is. There always is. That's true, Cleo. If we talk about too much PvE, we're going to make JD break out in hives. Or mining.
He's already dead.
Oh, yeah.
He's already dead.
I mentioned DR and he's like, fuck that. I think that covers the most of the main stuff I had written down.
Did you even go through the patch notes?
Oh, did I? Did I not? I kind of didn't, did I? Because we just
No.
talked about all the main stuff on the images I had and all that. No, I really didn't go through. You want me to pull it back up?
Let's see. They're doing the Science C Cup Corporation Clash Tournament registration. So get ready for that. That got a lot of downvotes and face palms. I don't know. It's just something that I'm not really interested in joining, but
So you have to have one of these Science Cs to join into it, right?
Okay.
it appears to be that way.
Yeah.
But what do you get?
Compete
Nothing, right?
against top tier corporations in clashes without loss, officially endorsed by Concord. Win amazing prizes, including the powerful Science C ship and custom medals. What are you waiting for?
Great. So
Another ship.
I have
Be
to
6
have a
plus months for them to get those custom medals out to you.
right, but I mean I have to have the Science C to compete in the event, and then I win another one.
Well,
Is it
I'm
a
not worried
Science
about
C
this.
nanocore?
Well, it doesn't say nanocore in the description here. It just says ship and custom medals.
You know, if that
Wait,
thing
wait,
turns out to
it's-
be that's how you get a nanocore, everybody and their brother will do it.
It's gonna be really upset.
Yeah.
It's time to take a bet.
It would be something like that.
will these custom medals get out before Rambo gets his content creator medal?
Yes,
Yeah, right.
they will.
So I actually got a few things coming because not only do I have that, but my corporation placed third on the inscription of the Galaxy for the implant thing. So I got a custom banner and custom medal for that.
Nice.
Congrats.
So yeah.
I'm not jealous at all.
Very jealous over
Oh,
here.
if you want,
So-
you can watch the video I just put out today, which will prepare you for the hassle you have ahead of you.
Right.
Oh, I can't
Well,
wait.
yeah, I already figure it's gonna take a minute, but I don't know. Maybe if I keep bugging Carrie every day until then maybe we might get it quicker. But yeah, I'm gonna hold a corp contest on a design for it, so it'll be cool. It's fun. It's good stuff. And I'm
That's
still waiting for
exciting.
my medal.
I'm literally sitting here to see how long the dead air can last. I couldn't take it anymore.
All I saw was you just start laughing because
I-
it was like overpowering the mic and it still showed silent. See, like that.
Like that, yeah.
Yeah, you know, I'm drunk on one fucking beer. What can I do? Such a
There's
lightweight.
a name for that.
Lightweight.
There's a name for that. Yeah, yeah, lightweight.
It's a lightweight. I don't drink very often. Okay.
Only every Sunday, but yeah.
Only every Sunday, once a month. So any other patch notes in there that you wanted to cover since you were looking at them? I don't have
Well,
them pulled up.
I actually was going through the announcements and all the stuff that you missed because normally I go through the announcements.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So they had the Corporation Clash thing. They had a announcement about the bugs, and so you know, and honestly, I did see a number of people complaining about this. Was in their fitting, their implants were broken, and the fitting screen, like, you know, prior to the patch, they'd have say 2,000 DPS with their implant equipped, and then they go out and they're gonna go take it on a roam, and they're like, "What the hell is happening? Now I only have 1,000 DPS. Like, what happened?"
Right,
And
right.
so they're complaining to me like I know. I'm like, I don't know.
Rambo, fix my mods. Come on, Rambo.
Right, fix my mods. What, did they do any changes with the implants? Like, no, not that I know of. But I hear about this stuff, right? So,
Right.
like, I did see multiple people talking about this, and it was like the next day that they posted this, and so, without going further into it, I think what they wanted you to do was to like take off. They want you to uninstall all the mods and Nanocore that encountered the bugs, then reinstall them.
How
So
does
I
that
guess
work
it's
for
more
your
of a
rigs, by the way, if your rigs are grayed out?
Rip.
Uh-huh. I had one
Can't
ship
just
where the
click
rig
on
was
it?
grayed out.
And
Oh,
clicking
yeah,
on
that's
it
right,
doesn't
too.
restart it?
People couldn't undock because all their modules were grayed out with a power icon. It's like, what? I was able to undock this ship yesterday. What changed?
That Wednesday morning, every time you jump through a gate in a bomber, in my bomber anyway, when I was doing it, not only would the implant, obviously the implant always resets, but I would get this weird little thing on the implant saying I couldn't use it. And then, of course, all the modules would just re-shut off. And you'd turn them all back on just by clicking them real quick. And then they would shut off the next time you went through another gate.
Yeah.
It was pretty. See, there's something going on. It's power. It's all about power grid, right? That's the thing that was going on because it reset your skills to 0, and then we have to reset them again. Like there was something going on with that, and so I really honestly think that the way that they're distributing and using power on all kinds of different things in the game, somewhere, somehow, there was one little part of the code for how they're calculating and managing power grid across the entire game, whether it's a gigajoule calculation or whatever it is, capacitor calculation of some kind, wound up affecting fucking everything. They changed something there. So, whatever.
And of course, then they had to revert it.
Of course. So,
yeah. And then they're talking about all these ships that nobody wanted, that everybody's getting.
Everybody
So that's
wants.
cool. Yep. And let's see, they had the dev Q&A. I'm going to the patch notes here.
Yep.
Where's
See you,
that
Heron.
link?
Heron's going to bed. It's 4 a.m. Crazy motherfucker staying up that late.
Speaking of which, it's my bedtime.
Yeah.
So they implemented the event, Starry Night Flight. Of course, we were talking about that earlier.
Yep.
The Cyan Sea, the high-sec carrier nobody wanted, but everybody has. The Navy faction battleships that everybody likes, faction cruisers that people are using and dying in, and they went into depth as far as those ships goes. New skills. I didn't necessarily see these, but new skills. Polymer material manufacture.
Yeah, that's for the gas, because you
Okay.
collect all the gas and then you process that into that polymer, which
You
is
know,
then used for the faction cruisers and the Navy issue battleships.
I honestly haven't checked my skill tree in probably over a month because all my skills are like 68 plus days.
Yeah.
Like I set it and I forget it.
Yep.
Like, oh, the timer's still like over 1,000 hours. Okay, whatever. Yeah, that's how it is. I know T10 problems. Yeah.
Yep.
New. They actually released the Trailblazer core for the new ships, the faction cruisers. They have a Trailblazer core.
Oh, that's
available
right.
for
Yeah,
that.
they did. They sure did.
So
Yep. I almost forgot to mention that because I need to look at it. I've got a Fiend, a Chameleon, and a Raven Navy issue. And I already have another. Well, actually, no, I have two Fiends. That's right. I have two Fiends because I bought one and then did that box thing. So now I've got the second Fiend, the Chameleon, and a Raven Navy issue. So I'm going to have to figure out how to get a Concord, Nanocord anyway for the Raven.
yeah. So in the patch notes, they did also do balance. They did a balance adjustment, and like I could go through it all, but it's all just a lot of numbers and resistances and damages and calculations and all that stuff. So unless you think something happened to your ship, then you may want to check this out. I see Nagas and Blackbirds and Koraks, like a lot of ships got affected.
Mm-hmm.
Showdown mode got affected. Turrets and missile damages.
Oh shit, we forgot all about the I forgot all about the siege thing. And this is what makes the Sea interesting, by the way. So, the siege mode, they changed the way they're doing the well, they changed the base numbers anyway for any of the high slots for a dreadnought, whether it's capital torpedoes, capital rails, whatever. They do more damage when they're not in siege mode, and then the buff when you go into siege mode was changed so it doesn't just go crazy through the roof. They gave destroyers some love too. You're right, Tofanofo. Almost forgot about that weird little out of the blue. All of a sudden, they gave a bunch of buffs to destroyers. But anyway, which is cool. I'm glad they did it, but it's kind of like, could you please, highlight that a little more? So anyway. Yeah, you're right, JD. A little sneak nerf to bombers as well. Not too bad, but it was there. Anyway, no. So on the siege mode side of things, this is what makes the CNC nice because it doesn't have a siege mode, but you can put torpedoes in the high slots. Also, if you didn't know, you can put large rails in the high slots or large anything in the high slots. So you don't have to put just capitals. It'll allow you to put all kinds of interesting things in the high slots. So
yeah,
yep,
including miners.
And I saw the image of the one that was mining in a belt. That was hilarious. It had regular mining lasers, not strip miners. It had regular mining lasers. It was crazy.
I'm totally doing that.
I know.
Totally
I know.
doing that.
Yep. Yeah, the bomber nerf. I see it in chat. Sorry for hearing the clicking. I see it in chat. I'll say it in the audio so people know. The nerf to the bombing, and I think it affects all missiles really, but the nerf to the bombing is you can't fire and then warp and then have the missiles actually land even though you're warping away. As soon as you warp away, the missiles just freaking disappear from space. If they haven't already hit the target, they disappear. So you can't do the hitting them, warping off, and not dying. whether that's to a gate gun or just trying to get away from before you get locked fast by a Tornado 2 or something. So it really sucks. Yeah, any weapon delays damage. Yeah, it sucks all around.
If you read the patch notes, they actually improved the experience of Capsuleers with autopiloting and lower security star systems and waiting at stargates. Did you read that?
I did read that, yes.
They
2 weeks ago or whenever that came out. It's been a while.
They made an optimization to the warp feature. After a successful start of warping, firing weapons will no longer deal damage to enemies. How about that?
Freaking blows.
But will that still prevent you from getting blown up by the gate guns?
I mean, I'm happy about that.
I don't know. In mining news, I know there's mining news. They reduced the maximum number of asteroid belts that may exist at a time by 20% and increased the ore reserve of each asteroid belt by 25% to reduce the downtime for Capsuleers when mining. Wait, there's downtime?
Downtime is in warping back to the station to drop off and coming back to the belt. Which frankly
that sounds like a cargo hold issue, not.
Well, if you're doing that in this day and age in a Cov 2, you've done something wrong. Either it's because you don't have a setup where you have an alt with a hauler, or you don't have enough people grouped together to drop, or you're just soloing it, right? If you're doing a solo thing, I guess that still sometimes can make sense. But for the most part, it's, I just have an alt who's not a miner at all, who has no skills, but he's there in a Cov 2 to be the hauler because it's got a big cargo hold, and he's got missiles in the high slots just in case.
Right.
So
experienced miners do not have this problem.
yeah, but it is what it is.
They implemented the corporation tech, as we know, event standing.
Yep.
That can be earned from the inscription of the galaxy. Supplies gathering, blah, blah, blah. That's the corporation purchase. That's how you're supplying those ships or mods to your corp tech.
Yeah.
Now those levels, there's 5 levels. I think elite is the last one, and then within each one has different perks, I guess you could say, that also level up. And I believe 10 is the max there. Yeah, it's got potential, definitely.
Each one of those is 10. Yeah. If you didn't know that, each one of those is 10. So like on the very first basic, right? There's like 3 things I think you can level up. One of them is your shield amounts. Hey, there you go. Someone actually posted a picture of it. So on that basic, you see outpost deployment system, shield management system, enhanced tac center. So think about the tac center there for a minute, right? It says 1 through 10. Each time that levels up, all 10 times, you get a 0.5 percentage point of extra tax. So, and that that's 10 times. So that's 5%. So you now get you can now get a maximum 35% instead of 30 from thin air. In the loose, you're fucking broke. Where's all your money?
Rip. It's in all those nightmares he lost.
Yeah, after he stole them. Anyway.
Stole it all.
He's ran out of money from everything he stole. Salty already. Good God, man. Take a joke. Oh, wait. You're only 14. Anyway.
So they talked about this new corporation Citadel as well.
Yeah, we did. We went through that. If there's some additional details there I missed, go ahead and lay it on us.
Yeah, Capsuleers may upgrade to the Capsuleers may upgrade the Corporation Outpost 3 to the more powerful Corporation Citadel 1, gaining massive defense power and great increase in power output. Corporation Citadel has a robust power management system to support its daily production and livelihood, with an enormous shipyard that allows the assembling of massive super battleships. Due to its enormous size and the relatively small size of corporation, Outpost's core structure, the upgrade to the Corporation Citadel takes longer to complete. Please note that the Corporation Citadel cannot be downgraded after upgrading from a corporation outpost due to technological limitations and high difficulty involved. Wow.
You think they would fix the wording though, right?
Yeah, the
Upgrade
wording
your
is
corporation
so.
outpost to your corporation citadel.
Yeah.
So a T3 Citadel is what, 5 citadels of worth of materials in ISK?
Something like that. Yeah.
I wonder what the kill mail on one of these would be worth.
You can't
Well,
kill.
apparently you can't kill it. It's
You can only change hands. It's a permanent structure.
It cannot be downgraded after
I don't think it
upgrading.
can be blown up, though.
So
Why
Yeah,
which
so
would
means
how
it
can
can-
you
once
blow it
it's-
up then?
Basically, when you intose it, you can't strip it down for parts. So no SRP for certain individuals that
You can't,
takes it.
you can't blow up anything above T2, so it just, yeah, I wouldn't think that you can actually blow it up.
I'm
But
pretty
what it
sure
says
they're going to
is you
change it
can't
to where you
downgrade
can.
it, so that you can't. If you can't downgrade, which means, like I said, you won't be able to strip it down and then blow it up.
I think you'll probably have the opportunity. I think they'll probably make it to where if they haven't already, or if it's a screw up or whatever, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to blow these things up.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Corey wants
I-
it to be permanent, but I don't think that's going to be the case.
They may be able to explode, but it may take quite a bit.
Well, yeah, it's like 896 million hit points on this thing before your
But-
corp skills come into play.
The fun
Right.
thing is, if they can't get blown up, right, is when your citadel gets taken over and, you forgot to, I don't know, move your super out of there, and you don't have enough money to pay the bill to send it to the. I don't think you'd be able to send it to when you're one of the ITCs, so you're basically out the super until you take it back.
Create a ticket. Create a ticket.
Yeah.
Beg whoever takes over your Keepstar.
NetEase SRP. That's what I'm saying.
And that's probably why they'll be able to be docked at an NPC. That right there.
That'd be dumb.
It'd be dumb.
It'd be
They shouldn't
dumb.
be buildable in an NPC, and they shouldn't be dockable in an NPC.
But this is
I'm
a mobile
looking,
game.
I'm looking forward to the day where I see about 30, like Nyxes, Aeons, and Wyverns undocking from Ned.
But this is a mobile game.
Well, you
I
think the kill
know.
mills are huge now. Wait until you see those suckers, right? I mean, you think the ISK value in the war is massively different at this point. Wait until you have a fleet of those die somewhere. Maddie.
These are going to be well into the 200-300 billion.
Which, by the way, the first Cyan C to die
No.
was Maddie. Day one.
And he's got it.
Well,
He's got it
in
on
a
video.
DR.
He ain't a hero,
It
though.
wa-
Was he being
It wasn't the first to die to PvP though.
Correct. Wasn't the first to die.
And you know what? And he got it on his first key, on his first box open.
Yeah,
God.
lucky bastard.
did? Wow.
His
Yeah.
first key, first box, it drops a Cyan C.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
But from what I'm hearing is like if you spend 60, if you get the 60 keys and you open 60 boxes all at once, you're basically guaranteed to get that ship.
Yes.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
If you open up 40 boxes, you're guaranteed to get the blueprint. If you open up 60, you're guaranteed to get the carrier.
Hell yeah! I need to get a second one.
So basically, what it is it runs out to if you're swiping the credit card, ladies and gentlemen, that would be $250 US to get the new carrier, and you might not just get one, you might get multiple. It depends on your luck.
Yeah, some people
And
got,
but if you do decide to build it, it's going to cost you $1,140.
Wow.
That's ridiculous.
That's insane. The USD ISK conversion out of this game has just gotten insane. It's just crazy. That's too much money.
Blows my mind.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
a mobile game, it's way too much money.
It is. It is. Well, for any game, honestly, I mean, it's a mobile game, sure, but none of us treat it like it's a mobile game. This isn't
No.
Bubble Crush, Pop, whatever. So
This is real life.
this is real life. Yeah, this is
This ain't no joke.
this is a
real
part-time,
life.
full-time job. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it really is. From the moment my eyes open from the time that they close.
I tell coworkers, hey, I run a 300-man corporation. And they're like, oh, wow. No, not really.
You mean 300 alts? Come on, Rambo.
100 alts. Okay, I'll give you that. There's 100.
Is that it?
100 of them are alts.
Oh,
So
that's funny.
They had some optimizations too in this the patch. Of course, they did the market transaction record. The capsulers can now share the location recorded in their report, the chat channels, or set them as destinations. So I think that was already implemented. We noticed that
Yeah.
2 weeks ago.
So
So
they finally put it in the patch notes.
they put it in the patch notes a little bit late. Yeah.
Next week
They
they'll tell
finally
us.
got around to it.
Yeah, next week they'll tell us that jump raiders can't dock in outposts, but it's already happening. So it's already done. And then like 3 weeks later, we'll suddenly notice that we can change the names on our ships and there's containers in the game, but we won't know until the 3rd year anniversary when they put it in the patch notes. But it'll be there.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna
Listen.
know the moment that happens.
Yes, we will all know. I'm
I
gonna be
still
so
think
excited.
still think the hardest I ever laughed was during that dev call when they told us, yes, we're coming to 3-year anniversary and we're halfway to getting you that API.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey,
Halfway.
It has its complications, I guess.
Well,
Did
okay.
you guys speak about that tonight? The whole fraudulent kill mail scheme?
Oh
No, we
no,
hadn't.
I
We
didn't
hadn't
even
got
get
that.
to it yet. No.
yeah,
So
3 more
A
years,
lot of stuff.
years.
the funny thing though about the devs and the way, like, you've got Cloud, who's a developer for this game, and he's always on it, right? So he's a developer, and there's just probably only a few of them. But then you've got the coders and the guy on the back end, right?
But did you name your ship yet?
Those guys rotate around to all the different games in NetEase, right? And so whenever the developers have gotten clearance for an update or worked on this or worked on that, the coders then come back in and start to work on this game and then get moved to another game. It's not like it's a set of coding guys who are constantly sitting, working on just Eve Echoes. They move around.
Why not?
That's just the way they do
Why
it for their business model. So I think that's where we get into some of the Q&A stuff. I think that's where that kind of comes into play. And I think that's why
it's
some
also so
things
that
take them
Connecties
time.
can have an equally subpar across the board.
Exactly. And that's why things take them a lot of time. Like the API, which is not hard at all. I don't understand that. They don't want to do it. It's not because it's hard. It's not because it takes them too long. They don't want to do it. API
They
does
even said-
expose the market. Yes.
They said they would hire Mario, but he would have to move to China.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they said that to me too.
Yeah. I remember that.
So continuing on here, they included or they added those encrypted safe decoders. We know about that. They optimized the display effect of the industrial ship command core. Okay. They added align to target function to save location menu. Okay. They optimized the display effect on the drones button, which now shows the drone's remaining HP, similar to fighters.
Oh, neat.
Okay. I
But
don't use
isn't that
drones,
button
so
so
I would
big
never
that you
see
can't
it.
even actually see the UI of the drone now? I was seeing someone complaining about that. That that actual thing is now too big that you can't actually see the UI for the drone.
No,
Huh.
I'm not sure. I don't use drones.
I haven't noticed.
The
Have not
Society
noticed.
of Conscious Thought has upgraded the intelligent hub of the Smart Nanocore, enabling it to automatically warp the ship to a station or random star within the current system in case of insufficient amethyst cone or insufficient remaining time for the day. So yeah, the AI gold core now will auto dock for you
Ah, yeah.
if you run out of time or if you're running out of your allocated time for the day.
Filthy
when that
botters.
8 hours is up.
You're all a
Right?
bunch of filthy botters
You know,
now.
I had mine going yesterday. I was doing
You
yard
don't have
work.
an AI core?
No, why? That's That's gross.
I don't have
Yep.
one either, but I thought you
Broke
had.
dick.
No.
Broke
Watch
dick.
the max level of the intelligent nanocore will log you into the game as well and start playing for you.
Autopilot
so-
you and your scepter to Claire Lamb. or wherever the fuck, I don't know. Switch.
Hey.
I don't even know if there's an NPC in Clairland because I don't know. I've never been there. Switch over to your other ship and then start running all the missions for you
The
automatically.
AI core is amazing. I highly recommend it. Except it's not like pure AFK because I tried pure AFK yesterday. It lasted for about 5 hours and then I came back to a pod. So I came to check on it and I was a pod and I said, "What the hell happened?" And you know, it still has its flaws. So needless to say, they're working on it. We already knew that there were issues with it because I watch it. I see what it's targeting first. I see it turn its guns off, and then it puts one gun onto the closest ship, and then it puts 7 others on a different ship. You know, like I watch what it's trying to do, and I make fun of it at the same time. And my wife is telling me, "Why do you even say it? You know it's gonna be bad." You know, I'm like, I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. Like, why is it doing this, right? But
Yeah.
either way, I think they're just going to continue optimizing it. But this is one that's kind of like one of those quality of life things that probably a lot of people were having issues with because it would be going and then like 15 minutes in, then it would just stop because the AI core turned off automatically and then they would result in a pod. So
Right.
Remember, with any new NetEase implementation of anything, always wait the minimum 6 months.
yeah, give it 6 months, maybe they'll turn it around.
Yeah.
Speaking
yeah.
of that, they got some bug fixes here. Fix an issue where drones may stop firing in combat. Again, I don't use drones. I haven't had this issue. I don't know.
Was that happening? Oh,
I don't know anybody using drones right now.
They are so far removed from the meta.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe Taylor's the only one that uses them.
I'm not a drone pilot. No. But I
I
think.
still have my drone skills from previous wars.
Oh, I dumped all my drone skills. But it's
Pay no attention to the Care Bears with guns, Dominic 2 doctrines.
yeah.
Right.
Exactly. Exactly. We did used to do those spider tanks. You know, that was our thing. We kind of got away from that.
That's not the meta anymore.
No, but it could be very well because Bombard is a fantastic implant. Auto Defense is a fantastic implant. Both of those at level 30 do some serious.
Everything has to be
Well,
level 30.
with this
It does.
with this patch, it broke several implants as well.
Yep.
True.
Yep.
Yeah. Now I have members with maxed out gold implants across the board.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm not going to make mention that Damon only has like 4 implants, only
They're all
2 above
blue.
level 15.
I'm the exact opposite of that. It's really bad. I have like 9 implants for shit that I don't even have skills for, other than I have the damn implant, and none of them are past level 21. So if I
know-
had just consolidated and not done all of that, I probably would have a couple of 30s. But I got a few that are getting
If,
close. Yeah.
because we did that implant thing, I had a court mate run the math as to how many gold implants we have at level like 45 or 30. It was either 30 or 45, and it was like 102.
Holy
in corp.
shit! It can't be level 30, level 45 for that many. No way. The
No,
amount of
probably
money
not
to go from
45. It's
30
probably
to
level
45 all by yourself, just 30 to 45 is 108 billion. Just 30 to 45.
We have those people. Maybe not 102 of them, but we have those people.
Yeah, yeah.
Continuing on the bug fixes here, they fixed an issue where a carrier may struggle to recover its drones when its velocity is too high. So they're too fast. They're too
For the
damn
fighters?
No such thing.
What the
fast.
hell?
Recover its drones when its velocity is
Faster
too
the
high.
better.
It's too damn fast.
No.
The all the fighters were drunk on 1 can of Modelo.
First,
Yeah, just like me.
They fixed an issue where some shield and armor bonuses under the pass do not apply to capital ships.
Oh no way.
I don't know what they mean about under the pass,
Hmm.
but that was it. Oh wait, there's a next. know. I hit the next, but it was for nothing. So what we
Okay.
should do is check the Chinese website.
Oh, we forgot all about that.
Yes, they do have much more in-depth dev Q&A.
They do. I could go and pull that up real quick from our link that we've got and see what's there, because we forgot all. I made sure to put it in the media files.
Yeah, that's where I went.
Yeah, okay, I got it pulled up. Let's look at it.
Dude, that shit still pisses me off. When the other server leaked the shit and they're like, "Oh, don't talk, please don't talk about it." I'm like, you guys already put it out there.
Yeah.
Right.
So, all right, so I'm translating it. It's now in English.
So their last post was on 5/11. It was about the faction cruisers. So there's nothing new over there. No new leaks.
I love how they call it the official space opera that unfolds across 8,000 plus star systems. They've got some interesting verbiage.
Remember, they also get tie-dye too.
They do.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see where. Huh, why is this not translating? Oh, there we go. Because there is a section on here that I noticed where, yeah, they've now got a special section showing Can You ships on their homepage. And as you scroll through it, it goes right into these faction ships. But it doesn't translate those areas very well. So I don't know what they're doing. If they're doing, I don't know if that means anything.
Isn't that what the new region's supposed to be?
I can barely hear you, Kawari.
Isn't that what the new region is supposed to be?
Yeah, the new region
yeah.
in Echoes is not going to be the drone lands. It's going to be
Yangzhou.
the Yangzhou space. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I thought was just going to be the drone lands, but it's just repurposed for Yanjun.
Correct. Yeah. Maybe that's where you'll have to go to get.
The bot
Yeah, that's where you'll have to go to get the modules for the Science C to actually drop.
Well, if you do look at their ships, they so far right now before depends if they come out with supers, but they are going to be the only ones that do have a faction dread as of right now.
A faction dread? Shut up.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want one of those.
Yep. We've seen the designs for it.
Where?
Well,
Show me.
actually, we saw the
Where?
Yangzhou carrier,
Sure.
didn't we?
Yeah.
No,
And the
actually, it's
battleship.
kind of it's not a carrier. It's a dread.
Oh, that's a dread.
It's not a
Okay.
carrier. It's a dread.
It's a dread. Okay.
If you look at the
Be quiet,
the faction
Google,
convention ship wise,
no. I'm
how it
excited.
skips, how Jean-Jun skips like all the other factions,
Yep.
in that lineup, yeah, it's not a carrier, it's a dread.
Gotcha.
Yay.
I can't wait till my decomposer skills come to life. Y'all motherfuckers ain't got shit.
You would have those.
Oh, Muffin, that'd be hysterical. Faction stealth bombers for Yangzhou, that'd be great. I'd take. Everybody was all excited like a month ago or 3 weeks ago about bomb launchers, and we've heard nothing. There it is. Thank you, Damon.
Yeah.
Look
Looks
at that
straight out of
thing.
looks straight out of Destiny.
See, that's why it looks
It
like
looks
a
a
carrier.
hell of a lot better than the Cyan. I can't still
Science-y.
fuck that, dude. I'm gonna be putting out a short of just bloopers of me trying to pronounce that damn word.
You and Rambo should do one of those together, because combined, no one would understand anything the two of you are saying.
That's true. Taylor, we need to do some more of those.
Cyan.
We do. Yeah.
Like the color, cyan.
Right.
Yeah.
Not like sighing.
Yeah, no, it's just
Come on, JD.
I see it in my brain, but my tongue just says no.
Oh, I saw this meme
I
floating
believe
around,
it.
at least in the Razzle Dazzle Discord. It's the Cyan Swipe.
Yeah.
The nickname Cyan Swipe.
Cyan swipe. Kinda cute.
Swiper, no swiping. Swiper, no swiping.
Cyan Swipe.
As soon as the drone lands open, oh Andrea. apparently.
All right, Taylor, what's your timeline looking like? I want to talk about these fraudulent kill mills.
Let's talk about those, and then we are at 2 hours exactly.
Dun dun dun.
They
Yeah,
were
so
shady.
we've been seeing some kill mails that were uploaded to the Moby bot that were severely inflated to their original prices. I don't know how it was. I saw Damon's video. He had showed there's a Reddit post on what the original kill mail was versus what the edited one was, and these corporations were submitting them. It seemed like it was only certain entities, so it wasn't like it was server wide or anything. But
That we know of. That
know
we
of,
know
yes.
of, right? And so it does seem like it might be certain corporations who might have maybe needed to make themselves either look better or maybe they were getting PPK, right?
I want to say PPK.
The PPK part sounds more.
Well, they stopped tracking the war, so why does it matter? It wouldn't matter.
Well, this is them doing
thought-
it, so yeah.
I thought it didn't matter. So it's
Yeah.
like, why
it
does
doesn't
it?
matter, so it would have to be like a PPK of some sort that they're trying to
Yeah.
print.
Well, these are going back though, Corey. That's the thing. This has been going on for a while. This isn't like it just was happening in the last week or two.
No.
These have been going on for a while.
Oh, that's sad. I'm sorry. That's sad.
It's pretty pathetic, honestly, considering you've got a
Yeah.
14 trillion lead in the
And you
ISCOR,
still doctored kill mails. You're kidding
and
me?
you're still docking.
Right. Yeah. Well, it seems like Mario has found these
Super small
culprits and
PP.
Yeah.
he had removed these kill mails, and actually he put a temp ban on one corporation that was doing it. I don't know if he did it on both corporations that were found doing it,
Yeah.
but I think their ban is up by now. It was like something like 10 days. Maybe it was less, but
Yeah, 1 week or something.
But if they continue
from-
doing it, then they're getting permabanned from the bot. Yeah.
Yeah, it was 24 hours, then 7 days, and then I think the next up is a permanent ban for not only the person uploading but the entire corporation.
Well, it's just, all the work he's put into that bot, and you're going to go and doctor kill mails. Like, come on.
Yeah, it's pretty
Shameful.
dumb.
Yeah,
You should be ashamed of yourselves.
it's pretty bad.
Shame, shame, shame.
But the reasoning
Good.
is quite interesting. It's like, what is it? War efforts? Could it be PBK? That's believable.
PPK is a believable excuse.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's still shameful.
Yeah, but like the
PPK.
PPK that I pay out for my people, I just go to corporation public records, and it's like, oh well, even if you did submit it to the bot, I look at the corporation log and I see the actual kill mail, and I'll pay you based off of that. But
Right.
if these entities are sending them to their contractors, I guess you could say, then I could see them fudging the numbers to get more ISK out of that.
Yeah. Yeah. Or just ego. I mean, they got to make up for their snuggly ratings, maybe. Who knows?
I'm very happy at my 91% snuggly rating, okay? And I won't be made fun of or ashamed about it.
I don't even know what mine is. I haven't looked.
Oh, I've looked at mine. It's snuggly, but again, it's only because of the loss of a carrier. Without that, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. Yeah,
Yeah, so
snuggly
it's
rating.
snuggly.
Here, I'll go and post. The
Just for the
link.
entire staff.
Yeah,
So-
just look up your player stats, Cleo, and it'll tell you how snuggly you are, basically.
Yeah.
Alondra is asking what the ISK gap is between RD and Triple H, and I believe it's right around 14 trillion.
So it's 26 trillion 830 billion for HH. There it is, right there. Oh no, it's been updated.
Oh my goodness.
Hangen 23.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
we
funny.
surpassed 40 trillion. That's really exciting.
No, that screenshot's actually old. It's been modified somewhat because Razzle Dazzle's at 40.7 trillion.
No,
not
that's not how
40.5.
this works.
Yeah.
I
No,
don't
that's the
think
same
that's
link
how
I
this
got,
works.
and I just refreshed it. It's weird that yours is on one side versus the other. That's kind of, huh?
Because it's Japanese.
Maybe.
Is MarioBot officially tracking this, or is this something a player has put together?
No, this is MarioView.honk.click.
Okay, so somebody's using the bot's features and tools to create this list. It's not like official numbers.
Yeah, pretty sure it was either Slippy or Airbus that put this together. I think it was Airbus. It just
Yeah,
it just
pretty
extracts
sure.
everything out.
There you go.
Yeah, it was
Airbus.
Airbus.
There's
Yeah.
Rambo's. There's Rambo's ratios.
Ah, there you go, Rambo.
Hey, look at that.
But your ISK efficiency is horrible.
Hey, I'm positive.
51%.
Oh no, 68% dangerous. No, yeah.
I'm positive. Check that out.
Good job.
I don't care about your ISK efficiency.
Go pull up mine. It's horrible. I'm gonna be embarrassed here in a moment.
up
I'm gonna get kicked
mine.
out of the Fed once you see it.
Mine has a flex kill on it.
This is why I wasn't asked to FC anything tonight. They saw my Snuggly rating.
Right?
True story.
No.
Here's mine.
Taylor, you can't FC. You're too snuggly.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. That dread
That
loss
snuggly.
that Damon
Well,
had.
that is 2 freighter raids. That is
Oh, yeah.
that is the that hauler that I lost at one time for 9 billion, and of
Mm.
course my Thanatos.
Yep. Yep.
Rip.
Rest in peace, Thanatos.
Shit happens, right? If you're playing the game, shit happens.
Does.
So,
Shit does happen.
yep.
Trauma bonding.
Yeah, exactly.
Trauma bonding.
Trauma bonding.
Yep. Drama or trauma. Either one works.
Yeah. I thought that's what she said the first time. Trauma.
It was trauma. We bonded. We made lifelong friendships like me and Cleo.
Yep.
Listen, I'm still trying to work behind the scenes to get all of official CCs, those a free super.
Oh, honey, I'm right there with you. 100%.
So anywho,
Yep. There's Cleo.
think
I'm
that's-
probably right
I think
there with
that's
you,
just
Cleo.
about it.
It's the life of a Logi, you know?
Yeah, or Guardian pilot, right?
Mhm.
So, yeah, that's all. I don't have anything else either. Good job of going through all that stuff, Rambo.
How many kills you got, girl?
Show us, Cleo. 5. I'm kidding.
I have
5.
I have 5 too. Oh my god, that's too funny.
It was 5.
That's hilarious.
Taylor hasn't looked up that stat, obviously.
I have no idea. I forget where to go to look at that. You have to go to Mario's website, right?
Yeah, that looks like the website.
When the
So-
Logis aren't repping, then they have to have something to do. So
So Mario
like
Bot
they-
You gotta look up
Evacos.
that one drone
How do I
and
find
hope
this?
you get a snipe.
There we go. Killboard, Mario Bot. See if I can go find mine real quick. How do you find this? You go to player and search. There
Yep.
we go. Taylor 8 Rick. And I think I finally have all my, I don't think maybe nope, corporation not found.
You
I'm
know,
not
it'd be
searching
cool
for
if they could like tell you how much you repped. That'd be neat.
that. Yeah.
Rep stats.
That should be in that year-end
have
thing that they
it,
do.
We had an API, but we don't have one.
Oh yeah, guess how many kills I've gotten. Oh, this doesn't have my
I've killed 25 and I've lost 24.
this doesn't have my stuff in it from my other alts either. There it is. There's the whole board. So, big time Snuggly.
Does it track how many times I've killed you?
That'd be hilarious. Was it once? It was just once, right? Your RB2 covert ops and my succubus.
I don't know. I keep reliving it over and over. So
Yeah,
I'm
it was pretty
enjoying
stupid. I was like, I'm gonna drive my succubus right into an RB2, dumbass.
How is it I've killed more ships than Taylor has?
Well, I don't think it has
And
my
this are-
other alts tied into it, but yeah, probably.
Oh, okay, here we go.
And this is why you're a senior content creator.
Correct. Yeah.
Oh, now we're getting alts involved. I can add up those kills.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure you probably have. I don't really go on
Link them all?
PvP roams very often. And it's not I'm usually just
actually
seeing
about
fleets.
50-50. About half the time I use my main, and about half the time I use one of my alts.
Yeah.
Just depends on like what ship that I have ready in the area, and so on.
I wouldn't even be huge on a mining board anymore. Now, in the first half of my Eve Echoes career, I would have been. Now, not so much. Because I don't fly a Rorqual. So. Yes and no, Muffin. Yes and no. It's the funnest form of income. Because ratting is just mind-numbing. But I'm actually looking forward to one day, somewhere down the road, being able to do some sort of ratting again. We'll
Okay.
see.
I think we ought to end it because we're way past my bedtime.
I am exhausted, yes. I got to be on a flight in
Well,
the morning.
You yell at everyone if it goes too slow. You know, it goes too light. So
Exactly.
Well, we had a lot of stuff to talk about, so it was pretty
that's
good.
what happens when you skip a week.
Yep.
Right? And I'll be gone for next week too. So Taylor, I don't know if you're going to be doing another drunk show,
Yes.
but
It worked out great tonight. I'll just make sure I load things into the actual Discord soundboard, and there you go. Yes, Tofanofo knows what he's doing. He's actually a pretty good PvP pilot. I'm not.
holy smokes,
I'm not surprised by that at all.
that
so.
gets a ramen pop.
Yep.
Holy moly. A Guy Fieri. Holy moly.
Are you saying that Tofanofo takes them to Flavortown?
Yes. Holy moly! There it is. Yep.
Holy moly.
Yep. It's pretty good. All right, with that, we'll end it. I'm going to play the music over. I don't have an outro. I probably don't have an outro on my soundboard. But if I do, I'm going to play it on this end. You guys won't hear it, but it'll be on the recording at least. So therefore, it'll count.
Rambo can just hum it.
He's got nothing over on his end to be able to do that. So
No, but
I'm
I
saying
can just
you
hum
hum
it.
Yeah.
Da, 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 da,
Take us
da,
out.
da, 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 da.